Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to do a video of me getting the signatures ready for these journals. So I have prepared the covers. Well, I haven't really prepared the covers, but these are the covers that will be used in this journal. It's pretty small. Let me go ahead and get that measurement for you. It will be 5 1/4 by 8 1/2 approximately. So I need to cut these papers down, and we're gonna go ahead and do that today. I think it's gonna be easier for me to fold the paper first. So let's go ahead and do that. This paper was really thick. I bought the wrong kind. It is the 100-pound cardstock rather than the 65-pound. So it's super thick. Also, my phone might run out of battery, so if it does, I will try to go ahead and edit in a little voiceover. This is from Tailor Made Journals, her grungy wallpaper digitals. They will be the front of my signatures. So I think I have 3 of these. I think I made a video a while back talking about that when I was trying to divvy up the pages. This is another cardstock, so it will be the front of a signature. I'm doing florals in the front because I'm just so obsessed with florals, and I feel like these old wallpapers are perfect for this theme, the vintage retro theme. My retro journals are always pretty domestic, so that makes it even better. All right. And this is just regular typing paper that I printed on. And these will be just pages inside of the signatures. The great thing about digitals, I've realized, is that you just don't run out. You can always print more. That's the thing about scrapbooking paper. It's been hard for me lately to find scrapbooking paper that I like. And so I really have been liking digitals, especially these ones that are just so versatile. I'm looking for vintage, retro inspired scrapbooking paper. I love the Maggie Holmes ones that they had like 10 years ago. So if you guys know of any cool scrapbooking papers, please let me know, where they're very vintage, retro inspired. It seems like vintage is more in now, so they have that a lot at the stores, the craft stores, but not really any other ones. All right, these papers are very brittle, so I'm gonna turn a couple of them into pages in another journal, but I feel like these would be more valuable used as the ephemera, so I'm not going to go ahead and fold these. But for the other ones, I'll show you how I reinforced pages that are brittle. Okay. So this is my least favorite part now, which is the cutting and measuring. I think a lot of it has to do with this cutting paper cutter. It's just very, doesn't work with you. All right, so this is going to be the height. So let's deal with the height first. The height is going to go until this number right here. Which I cannot even see. So it's going to the 21 right there. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to make sure that the height of these papers folded are 21. Well, none of them. Okay. This, it's not going to be folded this way anyways. So the height needs to be 21. All right, so I want to keep their faces, so I'm going to chop off the bottom at 21. That was like a wrong way to think about it. I need to move this side in until the 21. And then, okay, I think I just messed up, because then that's going to make it fold this way. Okay. Let's do the other way first, because I get easily confused. So this is going to have to go I'm going to go ahead and mark this. It's going to go until this little green area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that first. And if I cut it there, that means that it needs to go to the 5-inch mark. But before I go ahead and do that to all of them, I am going to really see if that's the right size. It has a little bit of space right here, so that's perfect because I want to leave some leeway in case I add some things on the side. So 5 inches is good. I am going to fold it first. Now this is not going to be an ideal way to do this, because like I guess most of her face can come down there. So let me see where I should fold. I'm gonna fold right above the eyes. Now this is my process, and I feel like it's a really inefficient process, and it's just not a fun part of this for me. How do you guys get your signatures ready? So I'm looking for the 5 right there. And this side is going to be shorter, but that's fine because I wanted her face to be in the frame. I'm going to go ahead and fold this first. And then cut it down to 5 inches. Not all of my journals from this series are going to be 5 inches because I have a lot of bigger pages. I mean, bigger book covers. So these are definitely going to be the smaller of the journals. She's in here twice. I did not notice that before. If I remember, I will switch her out, but I doubt I'll remember. Okay, so this is too small of a journal for this page because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out later because I don't want to waste this on a small journal. So I'm gonna trade that for something else later. All right, now we are going to go ahead and just making sure I haven't run out of battery. We're going to go ahead and trim up these pages that I folded earlier. Actually, I'm going to fold this. This is from this book right here, this hand knitting book. Five inches. That's perfect. I barely cut like above her, so that was good. Okay, let me go ahead and trim these down. Sewing in the signatures is kind of a dread, but I think this is more of a dread. Cutting down papers, just because I'm not good at measuring. It's just not my favorite thing to do. So I'm always glad once I get this part done. Sometimes I think that's why I make so much ephemera, because I'm like not excited for this part. This one's a little bit thicker, so let's hope that my paper cutter pulls through. It did a pretty good job. All right. So let's go ahead and do the height, which is what I messed up on earlier. The height needs to get, I think this is the correct height, but it needs to get to 21. This is a little bit taller than that. Let me get the book cover. Oh, my heater turned on and it is seriously hot. Yeah, so it needs to get to 21. So I think I'm going to hand trim it because there's an edge. And because it's such thick paper, I don't think my paper cutter is going to be able to cut like a really thin sliver. All right. Okay. I don't want to cut into her, so I'm going to cut the other side. We're going to come up right to the 21. And that'll fit perfect. There's just a little bit of edge and a little bit, it comes very flush. It's about the size of the end papers. So I can actually go even a little bit smaller than 21. I think what we're going to do is fold these ladies so that they're each on a signature, and this page will just be smaller. All right, I think all of these should be the correct size. Yeah, they're exactly 21. The printer paper is the correct size. All right. And I want this to be a page on its own, like a smaller page like this. So I am going to trim at the very edge. And this can be folded to make a page. Let me make sure it's going to fit this way as well. This needs to be cut down to 21. This is smaller, which is fine. I'm going to see where the picture is. So I'm going to cut this way, 21. I want to keep her face, so I'll turn it this way to cut it. All right, so let's just kind of put them together. So these are my pages so far that are going to go in this book. I have book pages and magazine pages so far, so it's very small. I haven't put in like ledger paper, graph paper, you know, the ones that fill up the journal to give it writing space. So I do need to do that. And this one is going to be folded into the signature like this and then folded so that it's kind of like a flip out. So it's going to flip out like that and flip out like that. Okay, I feel good about that. It's like this one also needs to be folded, and I don't want to make it too big or too small. I mean, obviously. Alright, so let me go ahead and cut that down to 5, the way I was doing for all the other ones. Okay, that messed up the paper. So it kind of made it jagged like this, but that's fine. I'll fix that somehow. So this is another short page. So right now we have that. So I kind of like it when I start doing this because it makes me feel like we're moving forward. So I will go ahead and do that. That's one journal. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the other journals. I'm making 6 total and they're all different sizes. So that means I need to dismantle some more covers. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you got some crafting done along with me. Please like this video if you liked it, and make sure you're subscribed so that you get notified when I upload more videos. Hit the bell notification for a notification of when I upload. And thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.